But Tymaine, let's take a moment and talk about you, shall we?
Okay, let's take a
Great. So you are a writer, producer, director. As we mentioned before, you cast us in our first short film auditions. I do remember that I had 2 auditions that day, and I think I wasn't even close to we'll just say that I wasn't even close to chosen in my first audition that day. I remember thinking, not even close. And then luckily, where I was auditioning for you guys was also kind of in the same area, east of LA. And so it was like perfect for my day. I auditioned for them. Then I got in my car. I looked over my lines for like 15, 20 minutes. And then I went directly to yours. And I think that it was the opposite. I think I did very well in that second one. I got it. You guys what was cool about it was that you guys gave me the role on the spot. You guys, I think I remember what you and Billy said was, I think it's safe to say that we want you for the role. Or something. I think that's the way. And I was like, great. You win some, you lose some. What a day. But that was a great time. It was for something called Trek Wars, and it was many years ago. And then Michael subsequently also auditioned and nailed it.
I originally auditioned for George Lucas, but I got the part of the Fat Vulcan instead.
Or as Stan called you, the Vulcan.
It was fun.
Yeah.
The Vulcan.
I didn't even think I did that good at that, but then you guys both looked at each other and you're like, yeah, this is our Vulcan.
Perfect. So
it was great.
That was some of the best times of our lives recording Trek Wars back in the day, dressing up as Starfleet officers and fighting Jedi. Everybody, you guys got to go check that out. It's the Trek Wars, right? And it's really cool. Basically, Star Trek versus Star Wars. We were Star Trek officers, Starfleet, and we had a run-in with some Jedi. And we won't give any spoilers, but it was a brawl to the finish. But now you have written, produced, and directed a movie called When the Fever Breaks. And it is a zombie movie. It is now available on Amazon Prime. Everybody really should go check it out. Tell us about this
movie. All right, I'll go watch right now.
So the movie is basically about, we decided to do like a different spin on the zombie apocalypse. Basically, it's ironically set in a zombie apocalypse where everybody had to be kind of quarantined into this one house to try to survive. And what happened is one of our characters, the main one, she gets infected. And she's bitten and deciding what to do with her. She has 2 hours at most. And what should happen? Can we trust that she has enough immunities? Can we trust that she won't turn and kill us? What can we trust? Should we throw her out? And it's her ability to try to survive what people are trying to do to her based on that, on their belief of what will happen. She has a little daughter. She's trying to make sure that daughter stays safe through the next day as well. And it's a nice little ride. It has horror. It has suspense. It has a lot of little things. It has tough calls to make as well, because what do you do when you're the one who's bitten?
Right.
When you're the one who's basically potentially infected. Do you kill yourself? Do you keep going? What do?
You kill other people.
Oh, you kill other people. These are 2 hours.
What was interesting about this script, because by the way, I get to act in the movie. Tons of fun. I got to play one of the 7 main characters. But this is what's interesting about this. It is about 7 characters, and that's it. That's it. Zombie apocalypses are usually like everything that's going on everywhere. But what if it's just 7 people locked in a house, and that's where everything is, and they're friends, and they're couples, and they do have to make these hard decisions, and crazy stuff happens, and one of them is infected from the very beginning. And so it's cool because it's kind of like, to me, it felt like what I liked about M. Night Shyamalan's Signs. If you remember that one, it's an alien movie. It's an alien taking over the planet movie, but it's told from the perspective of a small family. And that's what's cool and interesting about it. It's a different spin. And that's what this movie's kind of about. It's talking about the zombie apocalypse, but in a very small scale. It's just
7 people living in a house, and you find out what happens when people stop being polite and start getting real.
Yeah. Tymaine, what was your biggest surprise or unexpected moment when shooting When the Fever Breaks? Was there just something that really jumped out, a scene that worked better than you expected? Or was it like, where you're like, wow, the makeup was cool? Or were you like, this is more fun than I thought, we should do this more often?
Well, all of them happened, but the biggest surprise was actually, I don't know if I told anybody the story, was the day before shooting, the camera broke.
Wow.
The camera broke. And it was like, okay, what do we do? You mean the camera's not working? Tony was my director of photography, my DP, and he was like, yeah, the camera's gone. And I'm like, okay. He goes, don't worry, we'll figure it out.
You messing with me, Tony? Like,
exactly. I was like, you messing with me? And it was like midnight, and we're figuring it out. Don't worry about it. We're figuring it out. You just get a good night's sleep. You got a big day tomorrow. And I'm like, I can't get no good night's sleep over this.
Yeah. So, how am I going to sleep without a camera? We're shooting tomorrow.
Shoot it tomorrow. Get a good night's sleep. You go over there and just act it out, and pretend you were shooting. But fortunately, at the 11th hour, we finally got a camera, and and that helped save our butt. Our executive, our EP, Steve Pisa, got us a camera, and we were rolling, and we were good to go. And we didn't have to postpone a day or anything like that, which was great because I had also a 9-to-5 job, so I had 3 weeks to shoot, and that was it. That was as much vacation allowed me to shoot. 3 weeks, shoot every day, which is why we had a tight schedule, and we were able to make it happen, thankfully. So that was the biggest surprise. Everything else, the other surprise was we got it all done in 3 weeks. That's
a lot of work to do in 3 weeks, yeah.
What, if you could describe in one word your feeling when you first saw the finished product?
My first saw the finished product, I was like, my first feeling was, wow. And it could be because, this is my first feature I directed. And there are a lot of stuff that comes into play that people put together to help us make your feature. Because it's like, it's not just your dream it's right there in front of you, but it's people who believe enough in your dream to help make that happen. And when you see that all come together, when you see all those credits, which represent all the people who believe in your film for whatever reason, that is amazing and heartwarming. And you really gotta, at least for me, I felt so much thankful. I was very, very thankful that all the people came together to help make this happen. So that was my thing. That was my wow moment. Like, wow, everybody believed in me. Wow, we were able to get it done. Wow, I got something to give back to the people who believe in me, of thinking this was going to work for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. People are going to check it out. They're going to be like, I want to know more about this. Tymaine, you also had the best child actor ever in this thing. I was so blown away. How did you choose her?
It was it's so fun because she was, I believe at the time she was 8 going on 9.
Her name is Cruz Malga, by the way.
Cruz Malga. And it was funny because her mother, who ended up being a producer later on, but she wasn't a producer at the time, she just come in with a little puppy dog. She sits down, cross her legs, go on her phone and go, you go do your thing, kid, and then the daughter comes and she just did an amazing performance. She did a performance that blew us away. And it was like, we looked at it and we were just like, wow, yeah, she's it. She's our Haley. And she was able to cry on the spot. She would do everything. And it was just well done. And then when I let her know, she told me, because I didn't realize at the time, she told me that it was her birthday. And she said, "You gave me my best birthday gift ever."
Wow.
I thought, "Oh, that was great." She said she just turned 9. That was the best birthday gift she got. I was like, "Oh."
Aw.
And
She's amazing.
she's amazing.
She's unbelievably
great.
talented. I was pretty pissed because I was like, great, the girl playing my daughter is a better actor than I am. And I'm an adult.
Well, and I should say, during the, so you know, Mike, how mean your co-host is. During our behind the scenes, he and she.
You're talking about Sean Piccanino?
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, me. How mean I was. What did I do?
So during behind the scenes, he basically got with crew and they had a trick. And they kept having us try to guess what this trick is. And they never let us know what the trick was of how they understood each other.
You guys were tortured by it. It's basically a magic trick. And I taught it to Cruz. And so during the entirety of the shoot for the weeks, we just kept playing that trick and people kept going, "Oh, I got it. I know it." And then they didn't. And then they didn't. And they're like, "How is an 8-year-old girl tricking me?" And then we finally gave it away like at the premiere.
They both have kept this secret. We don't know. We want to know the answer.
I told one person at the premiere, but other than that, yeah, it's just a fun little trick. I learned it when I was a little kid, so I knew that, you know, and she's brilliant. It's fun though. Anyway, sorry for torturing you, and sorry, not sorry. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, it was a great time. I remember it fondly. Those are some of the best days on sets. Tymaine always has a very positive, a very fun set. We work hard, we work fast, and you know, you all feel supported. You feel like there's a lot of positivity, and we just have fun. It's a good time. I think everybody's going to like the movie. I think you guys should check it out on Amazon. You can watch me act. You can watch Cruz act. You can watch Genevieve act, who plays the lead. She's amazing.
You don't have to watch me act. So
yeah, sadly, but it's great. It was a good time. It's fun. You guys will like it. Check it out on Amazon. Michael Kenyon Rosenberg will include the link in the description box below. So check it out. Just go right below this video. Check it out. Click on it and watch it. Now.
Thank you guys.